欢迎收听杂物间，
You are listening to The Storage Room,
你最好的口袋朋友。
your best pocket friend.
上一节呢，我们约莫聊了一下萝卜快跑，以及跟它相关的 AI 技术，以及我们人类可能即将要面对的一个未来。但是在有这样的一个未来的情况之下，可能不大乐观，哪怕是 Mark 都觉得不大乐观。在这样不大乐观的一个情况之下， SK 对于这个技术依旧是非常的喜欢，以及他甚至继续还要想聊一下关于这个技术有关的这个事情。但是比起这个车，我们更对 SK 本人更感兴趣。So SK is in Shenyang right now, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm kind of curious about your upbringing, the family dynamics. Like Shenyang is in the north of the city. Like most of the guys in the north of the city, they could be pretty tough, 就是东北爷们儿，对吧？都是这种感觉。So I don't really see you as that kind of like, I don't know, that kind of tough. You're pretty gentle to a lot of human beings, right?
Wait, was SK born in Shenyang or in Dongbei?
Yeah, I actually born in northern China, that's for sure. In the city
Okay.
I am right now. Yeah.
And did you grow up in northern part of China?
I grew up here too, and I had my education until college. Graduated.
Right. So we had the stereotype of like 东北爷们该是怎么样？
我们的状态都是光个大膀子，啪啪啪这样的。
Well, SK is very well educated in that way, right?
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But I think I also have the Dongbei, let's say northeastern side of the personality, like such as warm-hearted and really welcoming people, to be around and hang out with people and drink sometimes, So that's pretty much the Dongbei.
酒量怎么样啊？你说 hang out and drinking 酒量怎么样？
I could drink a lot before, but now I'm not really that good anymore. Not a good drinker anymore. Getting old, of course.
You could be a little bit different from the stereotypes, right? So I guess your parents must be very educated, well educated as well, I guess.
Yeah, but I think in my family, all my family members are better educated than me, that's for sure. And actually my father from southern China, let's say, not very south, but Shanghai area, actually. I think that's why you may not see me as a pure Dongbei boy, right? But my mom is definitely a northeast woman.
So what happened? Your parents got married and then moved to Dongbei? Typically that imagine if Shanghainese marries a Dongbei girl, then typically they would move to a much more kind of populated area, right?
Actually, during 60s, 70s, their life got arranged by our oversight, policy. Like my mom was in the village, got sent to the village working, and my father was sending to the let's say factory to be a worker. And later on, the policy changed again, and then they just got the proper work, back to what they are, let's say, not exactly good at, but at least good for their life. That's why my father became a early age car sales. Actually, very high position car sales and supervisor for a few manufacturing projects. And my mom went to the film company, who distribute the films in China, in Liaoning province, actually.
就是最后单位分配的非常好，对吗？
Okay, you cannot say very good, but okay.
Okay.
Wait, is your mom a celebrity in China?
She could be, but there's another problem. So she couldn't. And my mom is a very low profile person. Even she started as the MC and a Chinese folk singer and dancer, but she didn't do that after she got the film distributing company work. She used to play on stage with many famous singers, dancers in China in her early age. But while she got into that company, then she stopped all those.
Do you know, does your parents know? I mean, just for my dad's sake, actually, one of my dad's favorite singer is 蒋大为。
Yeah,
我整天都在听，我小时候我整天都在听，在那桃花盛开的地方。
对，小白杨是不是他唱的？
my mom actually had quite many times singing together with 古建芬, actually even a similar age of 蒋大为, I think even a little bit older.
Earlier, yeah.
Okay, I see. So, were you a good boy when you were a teenager? Were you rebellious when you were a teenager?
Of course not.
Okay.
Of course not. Okay, tell us. I like that answer.
Of course not. I got
What
a
did
sister.
you do?
Actually, I got older sister. She was the good girl all the time, and I became the bad boy all the time. And I always take some money to go to play the video game, and which my parents not allowed me to. So I sneakily, went out to play with friends, with classmates, something like those. And I got beaten by my father afterwards, something like that.
打
Wait,
游
what
戏算
about
叛逆吗？
对呀，打游戏还算好。那我想问你，那个时候有交女朋友吗？
No, not really. I think I'm I got a girlfriend very late actually.
Late bloomer, eh?
Yeah, late bloomer, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a good lover during my school times.
So wait, so what do you think that makes a good lover now?
Experience. I traveled a lot after I got out of Shenyang. So
When did you get out of Shenyang?
when I was 20, I think when I was 21, I got a broken heart with my first love. So I just got out of Shenyang, and first stop is Shenzhen. So Shenzhen is an interesting place.
Yeah, 20 years ago, Shenzhen was like a really fast developing period, right?
More than 20 years ago, actually.
Right.
So during that time, I gained my life experience in Shenzhen. Like it's 1 year in Shenzhen is like more than 5 years in the inner land. So that's very interesting in my life. So I really appreciate that experience I got in my life, because I got more mature than other people. So when I got back to Shenyang, got back to actually northern area, I found out, if you can really go to some place you never know, if you can really explore the world earlier than others, then you gain much more experience than everybody else, which is
Right. So
really
you have an advantage. You kind of have an advantage in many different fields, personal relationships, even like a professional development. You have much more advantage in the similar.
Exactly.
Then what was the most memorable thing that you have ever done before? Like the experience. I mean, not really a typical, specific kind of thing that you did, but what is your most memorable memory that you had before?
And that must be sad story.
Huh? Sad story. Okay.
Yeah, must be sad story. I still remember that after I finished the job with Rolls-Royce in I think that was in Zhuhai. I fly all the way to Berlin, rent a car, and drove all the way from Berlin to Norway to try to meet my ex-girlfriend. And the same day she broke up with me. So you see, because in this story, that's an interesting part is, she always criticized me that I should develop new zones, new areas, new cities, new places together with her. So I tried to only drive during the night to not to discover the place I want to, and to save this discovery memories with her, try to, right? But at the end I got a broke up answer, so that was so hurt. The second morning I woke up, because I told her roughly the place I was living, and the second morning when I opened the hotel door, I found out my breakfast. I even, because no one, nothing in front of other doors, only in front of my door. So I thought she gave me the breakfast. So I was so hyper. I thought she want me again. And then when I went to the front desk, I asked if there's someone visit me and put something in front of my door, and the front desk told me that's the hotel.
Right.
So I got totally down. And the same day, I just drove all the way to Paris, because I still need to do some buyer work as a 代购, right? So, but during that week, I didn't do anything because I was so broken. So that part you never forget. So,
but wait a second, why you didn't have the inclination that she wasn't gonna continue that relationship with you? I'm the reason I'm asking the question.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna ask. That's why I ready to answer you.
Go ahead.
The point is, before that visit, when I was in Berlin with her, because she actually need to go to Norway to study, from Germany, and first I offered her to drive her together to Norway, and then we discovered something on the way to there. She refused me. And then she also told me during that half year studying in Norway, you're not allowed to visit. So I actually said yes. So it's a bit like a promise, right? But afterwards, after not even a year, I missed her so much. I didn't tell her. Just right after my Rolls-Royce event, I just bought a ticket and go there. So it's really not like my age. It's just out of a kind of feeling that you just really eager to see her. It's been a while and you miss her so much. But still, that's really
has a broken-hearted answer.
Yeah.
First love, huh?
No, it's not first love. No, it's not first love.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
My first love was 21 when he left Shenyang.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even harder than the first love. I think the first love took me about half a year, and this one took me 1 year to kind of recover. So that's very hard.
Why we always memorize sad stories?
No, I think I think it's not just sad story. It's about the cultural difference. You learn out of it. So for Western people, that this kind of promise, even our promise, they treat it like a swear, or like a something that you could never break. So by Chinese, probably you just think that's not a big deal. You just go there and you're gonna hang together, you're gonna sleep together, you're gonna do something together, and everything is fine. So based on that, at the end I found out this totally different, right? So she didn't even meet me, just close the door and sent me of course, later on I chased her back, after a year and a half while she was back to China to have a short period language studying. But still, at the end, still cannot continue.
Wait, she was not Chinese?
No, she's German. Half German, she's half German, half Spanish.
Got it.
Well, I'm terrible at comforting people, so let bygones be
matter.
bygones.
Well, I think there is many more stories after that girl.
Right.
Not many. Actually, not many. After that girl, because that girl also, I also appreciate her because before her, I'm a very very open-minded and very like a popular guy, I gather people together, I hang out with people, go drinking, go partying, go do this and that, wasting life. But while I was with her, I cut off most of these kind of social networks because I'm her first love. So she got easily jealous on anybody, no matter man or woman. So that's a problem. But I try to be the good one she loved. But at the end, it didn't work well.
It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
No, I thought I'm old enough to handle this, but at the end, I'm not the best one.
Well, it's not about the best. I always say it's the most suitable. Sometimes I feel like the people at the right place at the right time, that still rings true for most people. Even if you feel like you're the best for each other, but if it's not the right time, right place, it's not gonna happen.
I think we met at the right time, right place, but I didn't do things well because I sent her back to Germany. She actually thought to stay in China for studying, but she got the offer from her university, and her parents asked her if she wanted to go back to study, and she asked me. I said, of course. I said, I'm the one, quit the university. I just finished my college, so you shouldn't waste the best time in your life to study. So I actually sent her back. Well, when she got back, she confirmed she want to be the real boyfriend, girlfriend boyfriend with me, and I accepted. Then that's long distance love started.
Right.
That's really waste of energy. I couldn't work because she was studying. I try to keep the relationship, so I fly really frequent in between China and Germany. Well, fly like this frequency, you cannot get the work. So I became a luxury buyer and to have enough income to feed both of us. So that's very hard.
Then what about your plans in the future? Like, there was one time we were talking about when you get enough money, then would you like to travel around the world or anything, right? And you actually have plans for it, right?
Yeah. Actually, that plan come from a couple that the guy already traveled the world for 6 years. He got around the world already by a diesel van. And at the end, he met a Malaysian girl and got married. And now they are driving a BYD, doing another round world trip. So my plan actually partly from their idea, and then I want to do a record, the first EV car around the world. And for the second round, I'm gonna do easy travel, to find an easy car, because the first round I want to make a Guinness record probably. I want to get the manufacturing
sponsorship.
Yes. So that's 2 steps plan.
Sounds a little bit crazy, huh?
Yeah, but the route is just there. I think it's not hard. I know most of the route, and I want to get that couple's help because that couple have all those Chinese around the world can give some sponsorship. Because, for example, like while they were traveling, they can get a free hotel, free restaurant, and they are gonna give them some small advertising in their video, in their in their notes, everything. And
Right.
they're writing the second book right now, so it's gonna be interesting. So I actually learned part from that, but for myself, I want to get the car manufacturer sponsorship. Will be much easier.
Right.
So
I do have a question. If you're doing an EV around the world, then how do you plan in terms of the distance, right? From one location to another, and then how do you plug in and kind of get yourself the mileage for the next day or next journey? So
yeah,
how do you plan that?
first you need to get a small battery car. It's not big battery. Huge battery car cannot really do this. And a small battery car with long distance, something like a Tesla or BYD or some lighter EV cars, then you have the possibility to charge by 220 volts or 110 volts.
Got it. It's like a household outlets.
Household outlets. Yes, exactly. So you may have the possibility to do that. And another point is if this could be a really mature plan, I even would like to have a backup car, always follow at the back.
Oh, you were thinking going alone at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought.
But if he's doing a sponsorship, let's say from a car manufacturer, then what it does is that you might have somebody else to do recording at the same time. It could be a backup kind of.
Yeah, I actually have a full plan. Is 2 cars with 6 people. So one video guy, one cameraman, and me as a planner, and one assistant. Another one is let's say another assistant. I mean, like a worker, can do.
So you'll be the main character. Is it correct?
No, I think in this program gonna be at least 3 main characters. Because in my plan, I want to push out at least 3, either Douyin or TikTok or other accounts.
哦，所以你要做的是有点像那个我比较崇拜的一个探险大神，叫那个古月，他和刘畅就曾经去德国去找女朋友，有拍过一个一路向北的纪录片，在当年的旅游卫视播放，然后后来又拍了一路向南，然后接下来他又得到了那个 BMW 的这个赞助，去到了那个俄罗斯那边的一个叫死亡之路，骑着摩托车走过了那一条非常难走的那个路，所以他走的这条路线其实一开始也是 making documentaries, getting I'm not sure whether he got the sponsorship at the very beginning, but he started to have the sponsorship after one or two trips that he did. Okay.
Yeah, I
现在也有很多啊，有的人是骑自行车环球的。
对，
还有一个叫阿远什么胡远那个
一个胡远行，一个阿九，然后还有一个，一共3个人。现在
他们
原来都
有 sponsor 吗？
有，他们
还有卖货呢。怎么说呢？我觉得很多东西就是你要去做完之后才知道，就是里面有一些什么 intricacy， 怎么样去 attract 这个事。但是我想问你一下，那你开始的这个，如果 你就是一开始就要有 sponsorship， 还是说先开始，然后再去争取 sponsorship？ 因为6个人的团队还是 cost 还是蛮大的。
对。
Actually, with my age, I think from the beginning we just need to have the sponsorship. The main sponsorship must come from the car manufacturer. That's very important. And in my team, we have the ability to get some other sponsorship, like the clothing, like the outdoor clothing company, like maybe the charger company, like the tent company. We also can have our own channel to get these kind of sponsorships. But the main sponsorship still need to come from the car manufacturer, because the most appearance of the trip going to be the car.
那启动资金得多少呢？你先不管，你总要提交一个这样子的 plan 嘛。那你的 plan 里面肯定要包括一个所谓的启动资金啊。那它可以，比如说它可以给你车，对吧？那其他方面的一些拍摄的这些equipment 啊，还有这个吃穿啊，还有这些，你的启动资金大概要多少？
It's about 2 million.
2 million 人民币 or $2 million?
2 million 人民币。
真的能找到 sponsorship 吗？
No, it's actually it's not big, but also
对
not small.
200万人民币不多。
不是 sponsorship， 它肯定是你知道花最少的钱做最大的事儿，就是。
But that's from the start. I calculated already for 2 cars around the world, and actually the total cost gonna be 7 million RMB. Minimum.
所以说我才说是启动资金嘛，你启动之后，然后还要看这个。
But why I said I learned from that couple, because they have the sponsorship on the route. All the Chinese located in different places of the world, they are gonna sponsor the food and beverage and accommodations. That's gonna save a lot of money. The most cost gonna be the custom clearance, a visa, go passing different countries. All these gonna be very expensive.
Wow.
So, and something you may not know, might cost you more, because, for example, like in Russia, those policemen can stop you. You gave some, bribing sometimes might be in Iran, all these places.
Yeah, you have to be the whole package. That you have to know a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I do know. That's why I said if for the whole trip, minimum going to be 7 million. But it's around 65 to 70,000 kilometers. So that's the rough idea, and we also need to plan where we charge, because for EV car you need to choose the place to charge, and then if 2 cars, probably I bring a EV and bring REEV car. I mean the 增程, so that can be like a generator. You can fuel the tank and the generator, the power for the EV car. So
right.
Wow.
For that part, it's going to be interesting. And 6 people's team, at least 3 accounts to get famous, valued a lot of money. Each account, by my plan, each account can reach minimum 300,000 fans, minimum. Average 500,000 to 1 million fans. For 1 year to 1.5 year, record making, because this also based on a recline, because the first EV around the world, that's a Guinness record, can be, because there is none in the world right now.
那就是 hopefully， 因为我记得我当时看古月他们写的那本书，我不知道他是引用了一个美国作家的话，还是他们自己说的话，我忘了。他说的一句话就是：当你真正想要做成一件事情的时候，全世界都会帮你。So hopefully you guys could make it work. Right?
Exactly.
That's a very ambitious plan, but also, I mean, we are hoping that obviously we catch you before you are famous. So I hope that in future when we are 对啊，希望将来我们在你的旅途中会有一些这种时间挤出来给我们，然后我们也给你做一个这种不间断的采访，对吧？
Yeah.
I still don't know this can be done or not. That's the point, because I've been talking to different manufacturers for a while, but in China, I lost a bit faith on them, because they're just too much.
对，现在而且可能相对来说经济情况也不是特别好，然后这个 EV 现在也相对成熟了哈，所以说竞争的那个可能还不是。
Actually, it's nothing related with the economy problem. Every single factory, every year they have more than 200 million budget for marketing, and someone even have more than 1 billion. 2 billion for marketing spending. So 2 million to 7 million, it's just a tiny, it's just the dust of your nail, something like that for them. But the problem is everybody want to make money out of it under the table. That's the problem. And I also got some friends try to talk to Volkswagen, try to talk to Genesis, the Hyundai high-end brand.
The Hyundai high-end brand, yeah.
The problem is, if you're Chinese, you apply this in China, all these things need to go through their headquarters, either in Germany or in Korea. It takes forever. For this kind of application, it might take forever. So my foreign friend told me, still can help me, still can try for me, but at the end, it may not be the good feedback.
Don't hang your hope on those manufacturers. Now, it looks like you have a lot of financial considerations for this ambitious project.
Yeah.
What about your personal objective? Is there any personal objectives? Like what you said that your friend who rode the car and then around the world and then landed a Malaysian wife, right?
Yeah, they want me to join to spend some money because they don't have enough money. So they want me to firstly invest the cost of their car, firstly, and secondly, they want me to join and share part of the cost. On the way. But from my point of view, the way they're doing is not the way I want to. I don't want to do something that low end. I want to do something not high end, but at least really watchable and really entertaining.
Well, I hope that that gets off the ground. But regardless, well, we are really wishing you the best because that's an ambitious plan that I don't think neither Lindsay or I would imagine.
Yeah, never thought about that. Like it's like some crazy the thing that crazy people do, but
actually you can see someone on Douyin, they're driving a Ito M9, go across the Asia Europe land, went to France to watch the Olympics.
Yeah, I've seen one of those.
So that's already 1/3 of the world already.
Right.
So this actually not that hard. But my point of view, I want something to be a bit perfect, like at least to be entertaining and at least to have a record, at least something memorable, at least something that when people see this as a symbol of a story, in their life, like, this is a Guinness record in the world.
Right. As you said, you want to break the record. You want to set the record, let's say.
Yeah, I set the record first. Of course, someone going to break it later, but at least the number one of the world, first one did this.
And then we're going to start this crazy question in every episode of the personal interview part. Yeah. If you were
Lindsay, would you consider to come with me for the trip?
Oh, it could be too difficult for me. I cannot survive a day. Yeah. I cannot even survive a day, seriously. But here's a question. If you were to have a superpower and you don't really have to consider about the consequences or the responsibilities, so what kind of superpower you would like to have?
Curing people.
Curing or killing?
Yeah, curing. Not killing.
Hey, Mark. He has a similar answer as Joe.
Yes.
Wow.
So why would you want to do that?
Why I got back to Shenyang because my mom got serious sickness. And another point is, for people, right now, so many people got really psycho,
You were talking about mental illness.
Yeah, mental illness. So I really want to have a real harmony world. People can really talk to each other with the basic respect and talk softly and have nice chat without shouting, without arguing each other. That's so much energy wasting. I think too much energy wasting also cost low efficiency, cost the world danger.
Remember when we talked about, like, I think to a certain extent, 我其实还是相信人性本善的，但是 这个本身这个社会它不是一个人可以决定，就是一个单个体的人可以决定的。其实我觉得社会其实是很残酷的，单个的人其实是人性本善，但是社会是很残酷的。
So like this topic, if I want to have this kind of superpower, then I cure everybody, not kill, right?
Cure 是有的时候我也想拥抱这个世界，但这个世界总是刺伤我。
I might be optimistic, but I'm not into fantasy. To me, utopia is a fantasy. You know?
Yeah, of course. I know I'm a little bit into this fantasy, but still, if as the question is like if the superpower I have, what superpower I want to have, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? That's very commendable because to a certain extent, as I said, at the end of the days, we should focus on the individuals. If you have the superpower, you are healing the individuals, right? And then, once you hear so many people, what they can do as a group of people, as for the humanity, that's really unpredictable. You think that you can cure everybody on the physical and mental illness and the world's going to be better? Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But I think this okay. I mean, cure the mental illness to be polite, to be the good manner, and they still can be the individual they are. Just get rid of the mental illness part to be so aggressive, want to kill people, right? To get rid of the violence part, but still keep their happy part, and to have their very special skills, like to be a musician, to be a scientist, to be whoever they are, right? But just not to shout to each other, to swearing each other. That's too much.
总之不知道为什么会让我想到《发条城》这部电影，但是总的来讲 ，This is SK, alright, This is SK 就是我们的这个在往理想的在继续在追梦的过程当中的一个有趣的朋友然后我们今天的节目就到这儿了 ，Thank you guys, Thank you very much,
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye.